Last year, Sum 41 said that they'd be calling it quits very shortly, and today we got an announcement of their farewell tour. So I figured I'd spend some time saying goodbye to Canada's biggest pop-punk export, Sum 41. Hey, how's it going? My name is Dan Frampton. Thank you for kicking back with me here today, and admittedly, I haven't been the biggest Sum 41 fan in the longest time, but in like grade 8 or 9, I was a huge Sum 41 fan when they only had a couple songs out, and those songs happened to be bangers. This band happened to be one of my favorite bands. Sure, Canada had Gob and Treble Charger, but Sum 41 was mixing it up with Green Day, the big boys, all right? They were out there in the major leagues with Blink 182, and I was proud at the time to call them Canadian. I was like, you know, these guys are from Ajax, Ontario, Canada, and I'm from Canada, so these guys are like my favorite band. I'm gonna root for them. But that love didn't last for very long. I kind of fell out of love with them pretty quickly. And I guess that doesn't really have anything to do with them. That was just me growing and changing as like a music listener and enjoyer. They've definitely had a storied career, and the frontman Derek Whibley had definitely had some trials and tribulations along his road to stardom. He was with Avril Lavigne, then not with Avril Lavigne. And then he was battling some demons and doing all that sort of thing, and it was looking very bleak for him. And then there was a big comeback thing. He started wearing a fedora and wearing his buttons really low. And you're like, okay, I see what you're doing out here, Derek. All right, you're reinventing yourself. I can respect that. They went from kind of a rap rock, pop punk flavored band all the way to being like a full-blown metal riff machine band. And now they kind of combined all of those elements in their newest stuff. And they do have one more record that they're putting out before they're saying farewell to everybody. And that thing's coming out March 15th, and it's called Heaven and Hell. But today they said, hey, we're going on the road. We're saying goodbye to a whole bunch of towns. We're going to do our last show ever all across the world, and you'll never guess the band that they're bringing with them. The Interrupters, okay? Ska powerhouses out there. Tim Time Bomb darlings out here are going to be doing their pick it up all across the world with Sum 41. I think that's a very interesting choice of a band for Sum 41 to bring on their last hurrah. I don't think it's a bad choice, it's just interesting. And maybe it's just interesting enough to get people kind of talking about it. I guess when I think about it, it's not that big of a stretch, but it's definitely going to be pretty chill to see how it all plays out. This tour is going to start March 1st in 2024 and go all the way until January 30th, 2025. Gonna start in Indonesia and end right here in the hometown of Toronto, Ontario. Now, I know it's not really their hometown, it's Ajax, but blah, blah, blah. This is basically the hometown of Sum 41. Very historic stuff. It might be an emotional time out here in the 6. Just gonna source the Brooklyn Vegan here really quick and show you the tour poster over here. Pretty cool, pretty metal looking, pretty pop punk looking as well. You got the Interrupters logo here, and they are gonna rip through all of these towns. Look at all these dates. So I know we're saying goodbye to Sum 41, but we're going to get annoyed by them first, okay? Because they're going to put out this record, they're going to promote this record, there's probably going to be a bunch of like promotional stuff and music videos and all this sort of stuff, but it's with the pretense that it's the last time ever. So it might actually be a little bit more palatable, and they definitely got nostalgia working for them, and being hometown boys, this might be a done deal over here. Now, Sum 41 are a very special band in my history of going to shows. They were definitely one of my first shows that I went to, and they played this like small little barn in my hometown, a literal barn, and it's gonna be one of those memories that lasts with me forever. I remember meeting Derek and him being a very short man, okay? Google tells me that he's 5'5", but I think that's stretching it, okay? I think Derek is definitely more like 5'3", but I'm not here to split hairs about how tall this guy is. Either way, he was a very magnetic frontman at the time. He was wearing like all those wristbands. Remember when everybody had those red, white, and blue like wristbands and stuff? It was that era. Oh, and I guess looking at this picture, he's still doing that. I guess he's still rocking the wristbands. But for whatever reason, his height and those wristbands are going to be burned into my head forever and ever. There was also one moment, I remember, I was on the stairs watching them perform, and they pulled a guy up from the stage, and I was in a class with this guy, I forget this guy's name, but they made him chug a 2-liter bottle of 7-Up on stage, and if he could do it, he won like merch or something. Either way, it's coming full circle, and even though I'm not the biggest Sum 41 fan, if it comes time and I have the funds and the capacity to go see them in Toronto on their very last day ever, my God, that could be a very emotional ride for me as an old man and them as an old band. But they're probably coming to a place near you. I mean, they'll be in Indonesia, Singapore, Malaysia, Japan, Mexico, all across the United States, Austria, United Kingdom, Ireland, Germany, France, Spain, Portugal, Italy, Belgium, Quebec, and then back all around the States again, and then finishing it off right here in Toronto. Gonna be an epic time. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please say goodbye to Sum 41 with me, and say goodbye to me right now. Thank you. Like, comment, and subscribe, and maybe you'll also watch this video over here. Okay, see you later.